Well, as you can see, Pretty Poppies is the title of a collection of 3 items from our friends at Hunkydory. And Heidi has done some beautiful things with them. And this is one. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. So please come play with us. Well, before we get into the projects, now there are 4 projects. And let me just show you what we're not going to use out of these. So here is the 8x8 paper pad. And here are the ones that we did not use. So you can see that you're going to get the poppies in different colors. This is the orange, and there's a back to them, so they're double-sided. There's more of the orange and pink. Isn't that lovely? And on the back, we're back to orange. And as you can see, more pink. And this is just going to, got the music notes. Now Heidi did use something like that. And more of the pink and yellow, just beautiful. I love the black butterflies on there. And there we go. Okay, now she did use some in the cards, so we'll show that. This is an 8x8. As I said, you get 48 sheets. You're going to get 4 sheets of 12 different designs, so that's what that is. I absolutely love that Hunkydory is now offering a Miri cardstock to go along with their collections, and these are the 4 that she did not use, so you can see they're just beautiful. In fact, you can get an idea of the colors right there. And these are all the A4 size, so kind of a larger 8.5 by 11. And then we also have, which is always part of the collection, is the topper collection. Now in this, you're going to get 8 different collections, and they're all going to have a foiled topper. Again, these are ones that Heidi did not use. Then it's going to have a patterned cardstock, and then it's going to also have a foiled cardstock. So that's going to be true of every single collection. So these 2 collections were not used, but she did use others. So that's going to be perfect. Let's get into the projects, okay? Here we go. Our first one is a Slimline. However, it is the tent style from our friends at Hunkydory. It also has stitching along the edge. I know you can't see it there, but if we get in closer onto this card, you'll probably be able to see it even closer. You can kind of start seeing it right there. So we've got stitching. Now what Heidi has done is she has used the, let's see, this is the Warm Honey ink pad. So placed her card onto a craft sheet, then just took the honey and her blender brush and just went right along the edge, just a little bit over that stitched line, just to make a really pretty card. Then she took the roasted pumpkin and simply edged the card. And by that I mean just taking the ink pad and going just straight along the edge, and that's going to give you that orangey color right along that outside edge. So that worked very nicely. Now the paper that she used is from the 8x8 collection. It's this one, and doesn't that border just work perfectly for a Slimline? It's just a little bit larger, but you can trim that down. We do have all of the directions down below. Just click on the card and you will see. You can print them out if you like, so that will work nicely. And you can see that she went into the blue with white dots at the bottom. We're going to use that on the inside of the card too. The back side of this paper has beautiful yellow poppies. So this was trimmed down, and then it was matted on the gold Miri. Yes, that kind of gold green Miri is part of the collection, as I showed you. And then that was foam taped on top of the card, so right inside the stitching lines. Now she did use the We're Together Dazzles. This is the collection that's in more colors, and you can see that she used a love in brown right there. And then she did use the orange ribbon set to do a bow, so she made that and sawed it in place. Now to add even more shine, she has added the lime green border dazzles. You can see that right along there, and the lime green jewel that are in the center of the poppies. So that also was added. For the inside of her card, well, this is the back side, and that was also matted onto the same Mary. I'm hoping you can see this because it's very light, but that's the blue with white dot paper that was at the bottom of the border. Thinking of You as part of the We're Together collection of dazzles, and more of the lime green border and jewel dazzles inside. So just really nice. Okay, well now we've got the yellow ones. Let's go to the red ones. Now this is still using the 8x8 papers. And so in this, Heidi has elected to leave her card white. It is 6.5 by 5 inches, as you know if you're a regular viewer. And what she has done is she has taken this paper, and by the way, you're going to get 4 of them, so that's good to know. She has taken this one, and she has cut a piece that is this long, so you can see it's going down into the green. And then she matted it. Nope, before she did that, so she's trimmed it down. Again, the measurements are in the directions. And in this case, she is using just this area. So not using that little butterfly, but you're going to see it again. Okay, so that piece, and then she has wrapped some black ribbon, and I love the black ribbon there. You may not think that you're going to use black ribbon very often, but here's a perfect case for it. So she has, out of the black ribbon set, as you can see, so she wrapped one ribbon and glued the ends to the back, and then tied a bow with the bow maker. As you know, Heidi loves to have a perfect bow every time, and the Bow Maker by Hunkydory does that trick. There's also a video on the product page just to show you how to make those. Okay, now the second thing that she's done, then she matted it onto the red Mary. Now this is part of that Mary collection. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, then she just glued it to the card front. Now, can you see that those flowers are layered? They are actually lifted. So what she did is she took another sheet and cut out the flowers just exactly as they are. And then she used the embossing tool. Now this is also by Hunkydory, and these have been around for quite a while. They're just terrific to use in that you place your cutout piece. I would recommend putting it onto a mouse pad. In fact, that's what we put in the directions. And then you simply rub in the center, and that will cup the cutout piece. It's going to cup it, and as you can see, the ends are up and the center is down, and that's what that embossing tool provides. Again, you're going to need to do a mouse pad or a soft cloth, just something that will allow you to press down on it. Okay, then those pieces she glued to the center of the matching art. She did, however, move that butterfly over from the right-hand side of the paper, which I thought was a good idea. The other thing she did, and we're going to have to get in really close to see this, and so can you see those sparkles? Yes, I'm sure you can. Well, those sparkles are done with Crafter's Companion Sparkle Pen. And all you do is simply brush over your project wherever you want it to sparkle, and there you go, and it will dry quickly, and it's just that easy to do. Now she did add some words, and the words come from the greeting stickers in black. So here they are. These are the script greetings. This collection has 3 sheets, I believe. They're all in black, and the love is there. And then she also added the black border dazzles, and isn't that striking down there on the inside of her card? Okay, so what she did was to take the red Mary and first cut that piece, and then she took the back side of the sheet that she used on the front and cut a piece with all of those music notes. And then she had another sheet of these poppies. She trimmed them out and then overlapped them. As you can see, there's one group of two and there's another group of two. She overlapped them. They're foam taped in place. There's another set of two right here with a butterfly in the middle, a black ribbon in place, hugs from the dazzles, and more for the border dazzles right there. So really nice collage going on. And you could write on this. You'd need to use a Sharpie to go onto the slick surface, but that would work. So very striking. Okay, now we're going to go into the topper collection. So we have another Slimline for you, and this is just the regular Slimline. In fact, they come in a package with envelopes and the Slimline cards, so that works very nicely. And isn't this gorgeous? Let me show you the collection that she used. So there is the topper sheet. This is the one you did not see. And here is the cardstock, the printed cardstock, and the foiled, the foiled cardstock. How pretty is that? Okay, now she has not used the pattern, so we're going to set that aside. And I'm going to start with what she did on her card. So she started from the, you can kind of see it right here. So started from the green area and going over the foiled area. So that piece was cut. Again, measurements are down below in the instructions. And then she matted it, and this is on the brown Mary. Isn't that luscious? So you can see that that was matted and then simply glued to her card front. Beautiful. Now this is that large topper, and there are three here. So there's the outside frame, a gold frame, and then the center. She only used the center. She did foam tape it. Notice it's not positioned in the center. It's kind of down, and that allows that beautiful foiling to show, which is really, really nice. This circle is another topper from the sheet, as is the With Love. So both of those have two layers of foam tape, because this is foam taped with one layer. So to have these pop over, she foam taped it with two layers, just one right on top of the other. And then she went into the brown ribbon set and used that to make a knotted bow, and then use the bow maker to make the little bow down there. The final thing that she added is this. These are the crystal shimmer sparkles. That's a mouthful. And I'm hoping that you can see that. Probably you can see that there. It's in the butterfly. It's in the center of that flower. It just adds a bit of a touch. And I like the three that she put at the corner. That just does a nice job. Beautiful card. On the inside, okay, now what she had done is she used this part. Well, let's certainly use this area, and that is on the inside of her card, as you can see. So the measurements are given, and she did use the brown Mary to cover the inside of her card, then trimmed this piece down. She did an interesting thing here where she used the other pieces on the topper set. So she has part of the border, and so that's just going to be about 2.5 inches. And then she also used poppies, have 4 to 6 delicate petals, which surprisingly do not have a strong scent. That is foam taped on top. Birthday Wishes is right here, and that was just glued down. But then look at the circle. Look what she's done. She trimmed off 1/2 inch off the right and glued all of those sections. Well, she glued the big circle, and then she foam taped the center area just right in place. And I think that's a really nice technique, and it's one that I don't know that we would often think of, so that's good to do. Then more of the ribbons, the brown ribbons there, and more of the crystals there, and in the center of the flowers. Very, very nice. Now she also used the sparkle pen on this card. So again, the same sparkle pen in the center of all of the flowers and the butterfly. And it's a really subtle look, but just lovely. Okay, I have one more card for you. And here it is. This card has a belly band. I haven't seen that in a while. So let me show that to you. And let me slip this off. And we'll get into the card. Isn't that striking? And then the inside of our card. Okay, so we are into orange poppies. So we've done yellow and red and pink. So orange is our next one. And what she used to make her card is this patterned cardstock out of the collection. So this is going to be cut to be 10 inches long. You're going to score it at 5 inches. So 10 by 6.5. Score it at 5 inches, and you're going to get this beautiful card. And see, as I open it up, you've got it like that, and then you also have it white in the back or on the inside. So you have that beautiful border. So she went into the topper collection, and here's the thing about poppies. With more than 70 species and various colors of poppy, the orange poppy is said to represent health and regeneration. Okay, well, let's hear it for the poppies. This is just glued flat, and you want to have that flat so that the belly band is going to slide right over it. Okay, we'll talk about that when we're done with the card. The Have a Beautiful Day is also part of the topper collection. That is also glued down. Now she did add some copper and gold. So she mixed copper and gold jewel dazzles. I know that that's probably hard on the eyes, but that is our whole collection of 540 gold sparkly dazzles. The coppers are Amiri, so they're shiny, and they are placed. Now on the inside of our card, let me get these out of the way. This is the sheet that is foiled, and you can see that on the corner. However, Heidi elected to use this section. And I think the first thing that she did is she went into the foiled, and this is the copper foil, gorgeous, and cut a strip, I think it's about a little over 1 inch wide, and glued it right next to the fold. Then she took advantage of the rest of this and glued it to cover the full inside of her card, which is 5 inches wide. Okay, then she went back to the topper to get her message, and her message is a little something to brighten your days, get well soon, so that's nice. And more of the copper and jewel dazzles. Now, can we get in closer? Because I'd like to show you what she did. She stacked them. And so a larger one is on the bottom, that's the copper, and then a gold one is on top. So she stacked them, you can see there, down here. And she even used some on the center of these small little toppers that are part of that sheet. So you can see 1, 2, and 3. And those just went along the Miri cardstock. Okay, let's go into our belly band. Now the belly band is cleverly made with this border. How neat is that? So simply take that border, pop it out, and start on the front of your card and bring it around to the back and overlap the ends and put them together with extra sticky tape. Now, do not make them snug. Make them so that they're really going to slide easily. That's the only trick in doing a belly band. So you're going to do that, and then you can just slide it right on, like so. There we go. Okay, now to cover all of that prettiness, she elected to use this topper. Now, this topper, like many of the large pieces, has 3 areas. So we've got the outside frame, we have a gold frame, and then we have this. What Heidi did is she took this outside one and glued it onto the copper Mary. Then she cut it out so that it was equal to the frame. You can see the Mary right there. And then she foam taped the centerpiece right on top. So that took care of that, and that is centered on top of her card. Now, orange comes from the gingham collection of ribbons, and you can see that she made that and zotted it. This has more of that doubling of the dazzles on the flowers, and then single ones around the frame. So just really nice, and you can see that just slides very, very nicely. Okay, so you have now seen absolutely everything in this collection, but just to recap what you will get if you choose to buy the Money Saver, I'll talk about that in a minute. So here are the toppers. You can make at least 16 cards, and you're going to get everything that I have shown you. We also have the Mary cardstock, which Heidi has used so nicely, and then also the 8x8 double-sided papers just works quite beautifully. Okay, I want to let you know there is a Money Saver, as I mentioned. It's over on the right-hand side of your screen. If you choose to buy all 3 of them, we give you a little discount, so that's always nice. We are watching your pocketbook for you. And we also have, as I said, down below, we have instructions for all of the cards, so you've got all of those measurements. If you want to see what Heidi did, you can either duplicate or you can certainly adjust as you see fit. If you are watching this on YouTube, we would appreciate it if you would subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, we'd love to hear what you think. You can also like us, so that's 3 things to do, but it does help us, and we would appreciate your assistance. If you are heading over then to paperwishes.com, take advantage of that Money Saver, see all of the instructions, and get a closer look, a still photograph of all of the cards so you can really see what's going on. Okay, I want to thank you for joining us. We have about almost 30 webisodes a month. So we not only purchase the product to present to you, but we also show you ideas for using it. And we like doing that for you and with you. I want to thank Heidi for doing just a lovely job with these cards. And thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you again.